welcome back to our YouTube channel. My name is Victor. In today's video, we are going to look at mathematics in calculus. So our question comes from the 2016 question paper, which says the equation of a curve is y is equal to x cubed minus 3 over 2 x squared. Then the first question says, find the equation of the normal where x is equal to 2. Find the equation of the normal where x is equal to 2. So to start finding this question, first and foremost, we need to come up with the coordinates, of which the y coordinate we have been given already. So to find the y coordinate, we are going to say we use the same equation. And then where there is x, we are going to substitute it with the 2 that we have been given as our x. So there is 2, we substitute. So here we can now start multiplying. We will say 2 cubed, it is going to give us 8. Then here 4 squared, 2 squared, it will give us 4. Then 4 times 3, it is 12. 12 divided by 2, it is 6. Therefore, y is equal to 8 minus 6, it is 2. So our coordinates for now, we have 2, 2. Then we'll move on further by saying dy dx is equal to 3x cubed minus. Then now we can find the dy dx. So we say dy dx is equal to, here we let the power multiplies the base. So we do this, 3 times x, it is 3x. Then the power minus 1, which is 2. Again here we do the same. 2 times the base, it is going to give us something like this. 2 multiplied and then here we have 6. Then 6 divided by 2, it is 3. Therefore, we have 3x. 2 minus 1, it is 1. So just leave it like this. Then after we come up with the dy dx, we can now find the gradient of a tangent. So gradient of a tangent, we can say m1 is equal to the dy dx that we have there. Then m1 is equal to that side where there is x, we again substitute it with the 2. Where there is x, we substitute with the 2. m1 is equal to 2 times 2, it is 4. 4 times 3, it is 12. Then 2 times 3, it is 6. Then our gradient of a tangent is 6. Then once you have the gradient of the tangent, you can now find the gradient of the normal, which is given by the following formula. m1 times m2 is equal to -1. So what is our m1? We have 6 multiplied by m2 is equal to -1. Since this is a variable, we will divide by 6 and this side by 6. This one it cancels, we will remain with m2 is equal to -1 minus 6. So this is the gradient of the normal. This is the gradient of the normal. Once we have this, we can now find the equation of the normal, which is given by the following formula: y minus y1 is equal to m x minus x1. So we use this equation to find the equation of the normal. So where there is x1, we put our, where there is y1, we put our y coordinate, which is 2, is equal to our m2, which is the gradient. So we do this x minus x1, which is 2, and we do this. Here we can now multiply -1 divided by 6 times 6 times x, which is -x over 6. And then again we say -1 divided by 6 multiplied by 2. We're going to have 2 over 6. In this case, we can now say y minus 2 is equal to, here we are going to look for a common denominator, in this case, which is 6. Then we'll do 6 into 6, it is 1. 1 times -x, it is -x. 6 into 6, 1. 1 times 2, it is 2. And we'll say y is equal to -x plus 2 over 6. When negative crosses the equal sign, it is positive. So this side we are going to have positive 2. Then we say y1 is equal to -x plus 2 over 6 plus 2. So since this one it is, so y is equal to, in this case we are going to look again for a common denominator, of which here we are going to introduce a 1. So our common denominator is 6. Then 6 into 6, it is 1. 1 times -x, it is -x. 1 -x plus 2. Then 1 into 6, it is 6. 6 times 2, we are going to have 12. Then we'll continue. Y is equal to -x plus, when we add here 2 plus 12, we are going to come up with 14 over 6. So this is our equation of the normal for now. So this was our actual answer. Y is equal to -x plus 14 divided by 6. This was the equation of the normal. So we'll move on to question B, which says find the coordinates of the stationary points. Find the coordinates of the stationary points. So to find the coordinates of the stationary point, since at the first place we have already found the divide x, which was divide x, it was like this. So we can now say dy dx is equal to the gradient. So the gradient is equal to the dy dx. So we can say dy dx is equal to the gradient, of which in this case we haven't been given the gradient. So we need to keep one thing in mind. If you are not being given the gradient is 0. So where there is supposed to be the gradient, we are going to put 0. So we'll do this is equal to 0. And then in this case, we can now say we can reduce it to the lowest term by dividing with the 3. With 3, it cancels there, it cancels, we remain with x squared minus x. 0 divided by 3, it is 0. It is equal to 0. Now in this case, we can factorize. So we can say, which one is common here? We have x is common. Then we are going to remain with the x minus 1 is equal to 0. So we say either x is equal to 0 or x minus 1 is equal to 0. So here we have x is equal to 0 or x is equal to minus 1 is equal to 0. So we can do this. When 1 crosses the equal sign, it will be, when negative 1 crosses the equal sign, it will be positive 1. So this was the coordinates for x. Okay, so here in this case, we have the x coordinates. We are remaining with the y coordinates. So how do we find the y coordinates? We can find the y coordinates by using the actual equation. So where there is x, we are going to substitute with the 0. Where there is x, we are going to substitute with the 0. Zero cubed, the answer is definitely 0. Then 0 squared, it is 0. Times 3, 0. Divide by 2, 0. So we have 0 minus 0. 1 is equal to 0. So the first coordinate is 0 for x and 0 for y. So this was the first coordinate. We are the first coordinates. So to find the second coordinate, we are going to say y is equal to the same equation. Then we are going to substitute where there is x, we are going to put 1. So we say 1 cubed minus 3 divided by 2. Where there is x, we put 1 squared. 1 cubed, it is 1 minus here 1 squared, it is 1. 1 times 1 times 3, it is 3 divided by 2. So we say 1 minus 3 divided by 2. So here in this case, since this one it is a fraction and this is a number, so we are going to look for a common denominator where we introduce a 1 down there and we say x is equal to, what is the common denominator? It is 2. So we say 1 into 2, it is 2 times 1, 2. 2 into 2, it is 1. 1 times negative 3, it is negative 3. And we go on further by saying y is equal to 2 minus 3, it is negative 1 over 2. So this was the y coordinate. Since we have come up with x coordinate and the y coordinate, we can now conclude 1 comma negative 1 over 2. So these were the coordinates of the stationary points. My name is Victor once again. Don't forget to hit that and subscribe. Please don't forget to subscribe once again. Thank you.